welcome to this tutorial. My name is Samuel Vidal, and today I will be doing a video about how to make drum patterns and also how to set up drums sounds in the FL Studio Music Creator. So let's get it open. And then we have here, we're gonna, on this channel rack, I'm going to replace this sampler to open up a drum plugin. The one that I like to use is this one called FPC. This is a great plugin here. And the preset I like to use is the Acoustic HQ Rock Kit. Okay. This is the one that usually I use in most of my songs. Okay. Now let me show you real quick how do I set up to like kind of plugins that I use to enhance these drums. First I'm gonna go here to this mixing console here, and on the master channel here, okay, I'm just gonna set a compressor here. It's gonna be the Maximus, and then the preset is going to be the max loudness. Usually I kind of found this a little bit complicated. I have done it before, but I just don't like to go through all the, hard work. So I tend to stick to the presets. But I mean, if you're doing your own sounds and your own sounds, I would suggest you do your own thing. Okay, so I got that done now, and I'm going to add a equalizer here. I did my own settings here, which I have this one on the 20 hertz and then this one on the 480 hertz. Okay, and I'm going to add a reverb with the Fruity Reverb 2. Okay, preset here, I'm going to set it to Small Studio. Okay, I usually use this preset because when I put the drum set here on channel 1, and then if I were to use other instruments here, they also will get this effects here from the master. Okay, so going back here, this one, okay, I set this one on channel 1. Well, it was set there by default anyway. So on channel 1 here, I'm going to add for that drum another compressor. This is the Fruity Multiband Compressor. Okay, the preset here, General Purpose 2. Just remember, again, this is just my setting because it's my liking. If you can sure look for another type of preset here or make your own, that's fine. Then I will add a Flangus, Fruity Flangus here, plugin. Preset here, I'm going to set it for this one, for drums. Okay. And then I'm going to add another reverb on this one. Again, the preset now is going to be Drum Room. Okay. Okay. Another way I like to set up the drums is that, for example, this one, if you notice on all the instrument here, like the panning, you see, it reflects here. Every single one of them is center, because usually on the sounds the drum is center on both speakers. But usually I kind of found that if you pan everything individually, it sounds a little bit more realistic, because it's like I feel like I am sitting behind the drums. And for example, if I show you a photo here of my drum set, right? This is my drum set here. If you notice, everything here is not centered. Like you see this crash here, it'll be on the right side and this one will be on the left. So if I'm sitting here and I hit this one, the crash on the left is gonna be more loud on my left ear than the right. See, and the same thing goes with everything else here. See, the floor tom is gonna sound more, you know, loud on my right side than on my left. Okay, so usually I tend to pan all the components in my on the drums like if it was like a real life drum. That way, it sounds a little bit more realistic and more like surround too. So let's go do that. Okay. So I'm gonna start the kick here. See, it's panned to 0, so that stays the same. Okay. I like to use this snare rim here. So this one, I'm kind of gonna pan it around. Well, you can usually move this setting here, see? Either left or right. Or you can type in a value. And I'm gonna pan it to -30. That'll be to the left. The negative goes to the left and the positive to the right, okay? So this one is panned to the left, see? And this hi-hats here, I will be panning pretty much close to that one, like -35. Let's see. -35 and -35. Okay, just remember to right click here and then you will get all these options. Okay, now the toms. Okay, this one I will pan starting from -35. Okay, the mid one will stay as it is in the middle. This one I will pan to 10, like to the right, 10. And then the floor tom pretty close to 40 as to the right. Okay, so it goes. See? Okay. This crash and the splash, one can go to the left and one to the right. Okay, so this one I will pan to -45 to the left, and then this one 45 to the right. Okay, the right, which usually tends to be on the right, I will pan this one 40. Okay. This is an open hi-hat, but I don't think I'm not gonna use it, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is anyway. So I guess this is pretty much okay how it is. Okay. So now we're going to start creating a pattern here. First, I'm going to lower the speed on which, you know, the metronome is going to run here. Because if you notice, if I put the metronome here, see how fast it goes? I'm going to lower to 120. Yeah. Okay. I double click here and make sure that on the you have this select. If you had like more instruments here, then you have to select the one in order for the piano roll to display it. Okay. Okay, check this out. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so pretty much each line here is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it goes back and loop again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I am going to start with the kick, and I'm gonna put one every other line, like 1 and number 1 and number 3 here. Okay. short it out there. Dun, dun, okay? Every other line, okay? So it goes. Okay. So the snare, okay? I'm gonna put the snare in between these two, okay? So that means one goes here on line 2 and line 4, okay? So, see? Tum-pa, tum-pa, tum-pa. Okay, now I'm going to turn off the metronome because we already have that pattern there created. Like, okay. Now, if let's say I want to add a hi-hat, okay? I have this. I could do this option. See, I can select this brush here and then go and paint the entire line. But this is how it will sound if I do this. See? In which case, I don't like it, the hi-hat going that fast. So what I can do to fix this hi-hat pattern here is just simply erase the one in the middle, like every other square, erase it. And let's see how that sounds. See, that much better. See, that sounds much better. Okay. So now I want to add to this same pattern. Like, I don't want to do it only with the closed hat. I want to add some pedal hi-hat as well. Okay, so it kind of sounds a little bit more, not bland, like tick 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 tick, like more like tick tock tick tock tick tock tick tock. Okay, so I'm gonna get like from here every other and put it on the pedal. Okay, see right there, close, and that pedal, close, and so on. Okay. Now let's test this. See now how I sound? Instead of or ta. Okay. Notice the snare and the hi-hat, they're a little bit more on the left side, okay? Because we're pretending you're the one playing in the real drum kit. So let's say that just for this pattern, I'm just gonna add the right, because usually if you're playing the hi-hats, you're not playing the right. But I'm gonna add them here anyway, just to show how they sound. The right here, this one, I'm gonna add it every line over here, okay? See, now if we test this, see, you're gonna notice now that the right, it sounds a little bit more to the right. See, okay. Now I'm gonna add the toms, okay? You can start by adding here. Let's say this is just like a fill-in, kind of like in the drum pattern, okay? So it goes like here, okay? It goes. I can add one here, the mid one. The low and the floor. Dun, 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 dun. See? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. And then I can add like another pattern variation here. Now, like looping back to instead of the high, the mid. the same one. Dun, 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 dun. See? You can also add, once you have this like basic setup here, then you can start playing with it, adding to see, other type of effect or you know, to see whether you like it or not. You can, if you think you like that type of pattern there. If you think you like that type of pattern, or you can go ahead and keep it. If you don't, then just erase it. You get the idea, right? Like, you can simply start playing with it with the patterns here and moving this to a desired pattern that you like, and then, this is pretty much how I create my songs. Okay, sorry, I forgot to do something else here. Let's turn off the pattern again. Let's just add the crash and the splash. But before I do that, let me add one more, which would be this half hi-hat here. Somewhere around here, like I want to go like tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. I just wanted to do that kind of pattern. So it'll be like over here. Okay, let's see. There you go. Now let's add like the crash and the splash. So I'm gonna start with the first one here. The splash. Okay. And this will be it for this drum pattern. So I hope you liked the video, and if you liked it, just hit the like button and subscribe, and thank you for watching.